Hey Kiara, how's it going? Yep, caught an advert, so I'll give you a minute then. Hopefully you're out of advertising purgatory now, Kiara. Oh, welcome back. You hear me okay? Anytime, Kiara. Hey folks, good zone to you too. How's the evening treat? Well, how's the zone treating you? Thanks for giving folks that shout out, Kiara. I'm feeling a little nervous because this is the first time I've streamed a game that's running on my new computer instead of using my capture card. Obviously, I've been using for a while now because my old laptop wasn't in great condition. Oh, hey, ARP. Been a while. Random trivia. Okay, well, I'll give you some random trivia while I'm doing these links. It's actually the first bit of random trivia I was planning on giving anyway. Obviously, this is a Pathfinder. It's a well, a CRPG based on Pathfinder. Pathfinder is, of course, a CRPG, tabletop RPG system. Sometimes, well, this is based on the first edition, sometimes jokingly called D&D 3.75, because basically what happened was, uh, when Wizards of the Coast got the license for D&D, they released third edition. Then they later released a patch, which is basically called 3.5 edition, which is pretty much what 1D&D is now for 5th edition. That did a lot of balancing. And this, um, and then obviously they decided to do 4th edition, which diverged quite significantly. Now, Paizo had actually done a lot of third-party stuff for 3.5 edition, so they basically took all the rules they'd written. Obviously, there was an SRD for 3.5 edition, so a lot of it was open source. Created their own original setting, and that's Pathfinder. First edition was basically a better balanced version of 3.5 edition. I can actually sort of see it because even second edition is very feat heavy. Now, the nice thing about Pathfinder is actually it was one of the sort of first large tabletop RPGs to try and be a bit more inclusive. Not necessarily well, but they basically had a lot of they had a more diverse writers than average, and what's been said, they didn't necessarily the executives didn't necessarily treat them particularly well, but we have quite a few they tried to address the idea of race, so on and so forth. The mileage may vary on how well they did that. Yep, I'll just finish these links and be with you in a second. And thank you for the emphasis, the shout out, Kiara. Hey, Jan. Orcs sounds gay. You're in. Exactly. Oh yeah, other bit of interesting information. The reason I'm so hyped to play this particular game is because sequel to it is Wrath of the Righteous. It's actually an adaptation of my favourite Pathfinder uh, story path, as they call them. Basically just what they call modules. And that is specifically because they have a rogue and not a rogue NPC, an NPC who is a rogue class-wise, and she's canonically trans. Pretty much the first time I ever saw a mainstream RPG, or tabletop RPG, have a trans character in it. Hey Keith. Hello, you're here and you have opinions on Pathfinder. This does not surprise me. Yeah, and good luck. You hope I find all the paths. Yep. If I recall correctly, the term Pathfinder is basically because the player characters are members of the Pathfinder Society, which is sort of like a loose adventurers guild. Which I suppose D&D doesn't really sort of do. Well, basically well, obviously it's part of the setting, which I think D&D sort of moved away from in 5th edition. Obviously 4th edition D&D was even more setting heavy, or maybe exactly as setting heavy. It's hard to say. And of course, everyone has very strong opinions on Pathfinder, as Keith can no doubt to tell us. ARP, the Pathfinder Society and setting is a super cool group. Keith, you do not have massive opinions on Pathfinder. It is perfectly fine, and its signature characters look awesome. Oh yeah, they do have some nice character art in their books as well. Closest equivalent for the Pathfinder Society is the Harpers in Faerun for D&D. Just gonna get these links finished so I can be with you. Nerless. According to the banner ad, somebody lost their Eidolons for their Feros block enchantment deck. Well, that would be astonishing if I played card games, which I don't play because I'm very poor and could not afford new cards. So I do actually have my Pokemon cards somewhere. Including my brother's shiny Charizard. Okay. That's the links posted. Oh, Keith has received 3 adverts. Also, hi everyone. Oh yeah, quick cosplay update. I've got my pressure chamber, i.e. an airtight sandwich box with a valve glued in place, and I've got the sealant there. And we'll see how much pressure that can hold when the sealant's finished curing. Keith, silly Brie, I can't wear Tupperware as a costume. Stop me. New character concept. An artificer who just wears Tupperware. Game mechanics there at work. But yeah, sorry. And of course, I'm just working on my teeths. Ah, thank you, Kiara. And thanks for the quote, Nihilus. So yeah, I'm sort of getting to where I want it. I've sort of, because obviously my front teeth are actually quite large, I've just gone and sort of done a sort of an inward point to them. And obviously the rest I can just get more needle-like. Not really sure if I'll try making one for my lower teeth, but those obviously those are a lot smaller, so a lot easier to get in a more of a needle shape. But yep, enough procrastinating, enough prattling on about my cosplay stuff. Hey Evermore, how's it going? You're just in time. Okay, so I set this up earlier, so hopefully I start playing the game, it's going to appear to you all. Okay, so music's quite loud in my headphones, so I don't know how well you can hear me. Just let me know how the audio is so I can adjust the titles. And of course, tell me if you can't see it. ARP, the game is loud. I suppose that's to be expected. Hold on, I'll just do some adjusting. Good old photosensitivity warning. Desktop audio is turned all the way up. Okay, is that any better? Okay, the balance is good. And yep, as Nolus said, the link you posted didn't post. You could send it to Nolus in a IM to post. Actually, I think there might be a command to allow Evermore, you just stopped in to say hi real quick and watch the stream for a few. Fair enough. Oh, it's a clip of me putting Tupperware on my head. Yeah, that's fair. Pull me out like that. Well, anyways, it looks like we're all good so far, so let's get a new game on. We as developers are always striving to improve our work. To this end, we need information that we can only get from you. By sending us the game statistics to us, you can help us learn more about the way you play, what difficulties you encounter in our game. Only our developers will have access to your game experience data and bug reports. You may disable telemetry in the settings menu at any time. Would you like to enable sending the game statistics? By clicking accept, you confirm you have... Okay, yeah, fine. Do that. Okay. Next, select scenario, main story. Explore the stolen lands, a wild territory that's been contested for centuries. Hundreds of kingdoms have risen and fallen in these lands, and now it is time for you to make your mark by building your own kingdom. To succeed this, you'll need to survive the harsh wilderness and the menace of rival nations, as well as perils from within your own court. Okay, I guess these are the DLC campaigns. Yep, let's go with the main story then. Select difficulty. Okay, yep, I'll bring my companions back because I'll get sad if they die. want to bother managing my kingdom. I'll just leave that on normal. I'll have the tutorial. Want to enable immersive mode. No less browsing commands. You don't see an allow links one. Yeah, I think there's a sort of temporary permission command, but I'm not sure. It might actually be on Nightbot. Of course, we're creating a new character. A portrait. What we've got tiefling wise here. That's pretty metal. I'll go with this one. We're good, it knows me. Okay. In hand. You know, I've only really got one option here. ARP. Immersive mode reduces the HUD. Ah, yeah, that's usually what it does. No less, is that like in Bethesda games where you have to eat and can die of dysentery? Yeah, I think it's the kind of immersive mode where it just has less on-screen data. I suppose we should just look at the other options anyway, though. Humans possess exceptional drive and great capacity to endure and expand, and as such are currently the dominant race in the world. Their empires and nations are vast, blah blah blah. Yep, humans are boring, we guess it. Yeah. I like to read all the text if I can, but this is quite a lot of text to read, so I'll just read out the tiefling. Simultaneously more and less than mortal, tieflings are the offspring of humans and fiends. With otherworldly blood and traits to match, tieflings are often shunned and despised out of reactionary fear. Most tieflings never know their fiendish fire, as the coupling that produced their curse occurred generations earlier. The taint is long-lasting and persistent, often manifesting at birth or sometimes later in life as powerful, though often unwanted, boon. Despite their fiendish appearance and otherworld origins, tieflings have a human's capacity for choosing their own fate, and while many embrace their dark heritage and decide with fiendish powers, others reject their dark predilections. Though the power of their blood calls nearly every tiefling to fury, destruction and wrath, even the spawn of a succubus can become a saint, the grandchild of a pit fiend and unsuspecting hero. Yeah, exactly, no less. Humans possess exceptional drive, sounds fake to me. Yeah, this was just on the threshold of where people were thinking, you know, maybe how D&D handles race isn't great, but still sort of where they hadn't quite cottoned onto the fact maybe having tieflings be sort of actually sort of demonic. Exactly, Keith. Exceptional drive, lazy now. And again, maybe that would explain why I roll tieflings all the time. Okay, let's see what body type we got. Got skinny, wide, wider. Yeah, we'll go with low-key thick here. Face. Sure, there's a zoom in option here. Ooh, I like this one. let's just go with Femme Face. Keith, this is about the distance I'll be seeing them at. Yeah, I suppose that's fair enough. Okay, what colour are we going with? Sadly, no purple tieflings here. Or orange. Yeah, I think I like the Nightcrawler blue. A horn. Last we got here. More to choose from. Yeah, that's pretty much the style I'm going for grounded. I think I like the sort of mid-range ones there. Of these the same. I really like the idea of tieflings having the same horns, the same colour as their hair, because that just implies they're covered in skin, which is kind of... Keith never got where blue tieflings came from. Well, it's simple, really. The basic rules say that tieflings are either normal human skin tones or red, and the players do not care about the rules because the rules are stupid, and tieflings should be every colour of the bloody rainbow. Like, it's just science. Keith, you blame Critical Role, but you think it predates Jester. Yeah. Fun fact, I still need to watch Critical Role, but I sort of didn't want to make Grounded blue, even though she was actually supposed to be a loose parody of Samus Aran. And my first idea was that she'd be blue with some pink birthmarks. And yeah, Emphasis is right. Tieflings being whatever colour the player wants probably goes back to the original Tieflings. Yeah, I went with orange because, you know, wearing a suit. Do I need to watch Critical Role? I guess I don't need to. But I need to watch more D&D APs. If only because I've nearly run out of Vox Ventura episodes to watch. I'll be honest, low-key one of my favourite colours for tieflings is green. Not a hard and fast rule, but I love me some green or purple tieflings. Purple's not an option here. Yep, we'll go with that. Hairstyle. Okay, bold's pretty cool. Got hair, also neat. Oh, hey, I know. Been on a bit of a Farscape kick, so... yeah. That purple or black hair. I'm hard to tell. Kara! How's it going? Enfys is purple. Excellent, we'll go with purple then. Nolus Oxventure has a new one. Yeah, it's in the middle of an arc at the moment, so it's dropping every Friday. I'm also enjoying the Dicebreaker one, actually. Kara, it's Guarin. Guar? Thanks for giving her the shout out, Nihilus. Okay, so yeah, we'll stick with purple. I mean, personally, my style is more tied back hair, but there's only like 4 hairstyles for tieflings, so more for me. -2 outside tonight. Really should have sorted out the ice on my well, I should have put the screen protector on my car. Oh well, I'll do it after I've streamed. Yeah, blonde doesn't quite work. Okay, pick my character's class. Classes give a host of bonuses and allow characters to take actions they otherwise could not, such as casting spells or changing shape. Yeah, the other nice thing about Pathfinder is it has a bunch of sort of interesting classes. Like, I don't think a gunslinger's in this, but oh yeah, the Dragon Disciple actually comes from 3.5 edition, where it was a prestige class. Okay, this is a prestige class as well. Oh hey, it has got prestige classes in here. So prestige classes are a leftover from sort of 3.5 edition, where basically you could there were classes you could multi-class into, were sort of like better classes that had prerequisites you had to meet first. Kara, Arcane Trickster is where it's at. Exactly. ARP, the pseudo-sequel to this Wrath of the Righteous, has so many classes. I know, right? I'm hoping to play that next, because it's actually my favourite module. Well, as I've been saying repeatedly. Because of course it has my favourite tabletop RPG NPC ever. Ooh. They also included a bunch of the archetypes. Enfys, no Warlock, why does Pathfinder hate the best class? I mean, Rogue's right here. And yeah, another thing obviously Pathfinder did was it sort of introduced what would become subclasses in D&D in the form of archetypes, which were basically remixed base classes, which usually just included a list of abilities that were switched out. I think, to be fair, D&D's system of having levels specifically devoted to a subclass feature are a bit more elegant. And Pathfinder 2 obviously is even more feat heavy, so you basically customise your class that way. Oh, anyway, let's see what we got here. Hey, rogue subclasses. We have the Thug. We have the Knife Master. Eldritch Scoundrel. Eldritch Scoundrel. Arcane Class Caster. Students of Arcane Magic. Dagger Man. And Stealth. Eldritch Scoundrels are a rare breed of adventurer, most commonly found seeking lost and valuable arcane writings in the ruins of fallen empires. Knife Master. Knife Master is a trained killer, specialises in close-up combat and the wave and weave of knife fighting. In her hands, daggers and other similar light blades become truly deadly instruments. Yeah, another thing sort of first edition Pathfinder does is it sort of still uses, instead of using gender neutral language, it sort of always uses specific gendered pronouns for particular classes. So the rogue always uses she, her. I think the pronouns basically corresponded to the iconic character for that class. And the Thug, some criminals steal finesse, The victim's only discovering the crime when the rogue is long gone and the coin already spent. A thug, on the other hand, cares nothing for finesse. Through both threats and violence, the thug gets what she wants by the promise of force and has no problem making good on that promise as needed. Shall I play an angry rogue? I'm going to play an angry rogue. Special ability, frightening. Whenever a thug successfully uses persuasion to demoralize a creature, the duration of the shaken condition is increased by 1 round. In addition, if the target is shaken for 4 more rounds, the thug makes the target frightened for 1 round. Well, let's see what the other ones can do. Okay, ooh, so the Knife Master gets the better knife stabby. Maybe it's grounded, Keith. Maybe it's grounded just a little. I mean, grounded's not really much of an intimidator. She's got quite a bit of bluster. Sneak stab. Knife Master focuses her ability to deal sneak attack damage with daggers and similar weapons to such a degree that she can deal more sneak attack damage with those weapons at the expense of sneak attacks with other weapons. When she makes a sneak attack with a dagger, kukri, punching dagger, star knife, or sai, she uses d8s to roll sneak attack damage instead of d6s. Sneak attacks with all other weapons, she uses d4s instead of d6s. Do I want to limit myself to knives? Okay, the Eldritch Scoundrel. Okay, that's quite a lot of new abilities. An Eldritch Scoundrel is not proficient with any armor or shields. Armor sometimes interferes with... Okay. Okay, detect magic, that's handy. Okay, so oddly enough, this is actually closer to the sort of the original Thief. Archetype for rogues. Okay, so I think it's either going to be the Eldritch Scoundrel or the Knife Master. Yeah, I think I actually like the sound of trap finding. Okay, and spell casting is just the icing on the cake. Keith, not intimidating, just terrifying. Yeah, that's fair. I think Grounded's basically sort of one of those people who just ends up not being malicious, but just sort of being kind of creepy. Drive experience there. So, yep, I think I'll go with Eldritch Scoundrel. Choose Heritage. Oh yeah, so another thing Pathfinder did to try and sort of address the sort of the issues with race in D&D. Basically sort of introduce race in the... Well, they still call it race, but they sort of introduced heritage, which is more sort of specifically... well, basically you get a background and a heritage. They sort of made it modular. Hey Lorcan, what about Arcane Trickster? And now we don't use the D&D words. This is a Pathfinder stream. Notice the first letters in these class names are so hard to read. They look like they're just misspelt. Yeah. To be honest, I never really liked that whole have the first letter in a fancy font. This makes, like, okay, Gothic has its aesthetics, but Gothic text is hard to read, okay? Keith, you all say that you watched someone play through this a few years back and party wiped to a single trap. The original modular or this actual game? Yeah, Yep, I think traps is a good then. I suppose the nice thing here is that I basically get to choose which sort of tiefling I am. So instead of specifically just devils, I am actually sort of get to choose basically anything. So we have tieflings of a certain heritage. Okay, let's read through these. Beast Brood regard themselves as deserving of appreciation and opulence. Through deceit and sheer willpower, they often receive privileged stations in society. +2 to dexterity and charisma, -2 to wisdom, and +2 to perception and persuasion when used for bluff. Use the blindness spell once per day, and damage reduction 2 against piercing. So damage reduction in 3rd edition D&D and Pathfinder is basically just that number against that damage is taken off. Yes, Keith? Beast Brood is basically just a cat girl tiefling. And no less. And yes, there are a lot of tiefling choices here. Okay, you meant in this game. I'll watch out for traps then. Fault spawn. So the Fault is one of the sort of hell equivalents. Lacking any sense of empathy or pity, Fault Storm often abhor all ways of life but their own. They inflict severe emotional and physical pain on others, and never stop picking at the resulting psychological scars. Fault Spawn have +2 to dexterity and wisdom, -2 to intelligence, and +2 to knowledge, arcana, and knowledge world. They can use the hideous laughter, no copyright infringement, spell once per day. They gain +2 saving throw bonuses against enchantment spells and effects. Foul Spawn, Crude and boorish, Foul Spawn take a particular delight in giving offence and scandalising in polite society. They enjoy violating taboos even more than breaking laws, especially if it means degrading or repulsing an innocent. Foul Spawn have +2 to constitution and wisdom, -2 to intelligence, +2 to law, religion, and persuasion for intimidate. They can use the cacophonous call spell once per day. They gain a +1 bonus to attack rolls against clerics, inquisitors, and paladins. Ah, yeah. So Inquisitor is one of the classes in this game, and it's sort of like the rogue equivalent of paladin and cleric. It's like sort of a monster hunter archetype, which is pretty cool. Grimspawn, dreary and pessimistic. Grimspawn are so enthralled by death, disease, and dilapidation, they often dedicate themselves to ending lives from behind the scenes as macabre saboteurs. +2 to dexterity intelligence, -2 to wisdom, +2 to trickery and persuasion when used for bluff. They can use the frigid touch spell once per day. They have acid resistance 5. Hellspawn. Hellfire! Hellfire! Keith, tiefling, yeah. Nolus, you should have put headology in there. Or you got the Discworld in anyway. So, while often rigid and highly focused on sticking to plans and schedules, Hellspawn also have a rare talent for penetrating others' facades. They know a lie when they hear one, and can often determine what hidden vice or secret shame motivates another. +2 to constitution and wisdom, -2 to charisma, +2 to persuasion when used for diplomacy and perception. They can use the Scorching Ray spell once per day. They do not suffer a penalty to their charisma if they have levels in Sorcerer or Eldritch Scion of an infernal bloodline. Hunger Seed, or Oni, because sort of like Japanese style Oni demons are a thing in Pathfinder. Endowed with brawny muscles and thick bones, Hunger Seed always seem poised to explode in some larger, more powerful form, and have voracious appetite for sensory pleasures and carnal delights. +2 to strength and wisdom, -2 charisma, +2 to persuasion. They can use the invisibility spell once per day, +2 bonus to combat maneuver checks and combat maneuver defense. Motherless. No woman survives the birth of a babe whose I always forget how to pronounce this. Quillup of ancestry has emerged. At its best, Quillup spawn, rip their mothers apart during labour. At worst, they tear themselves out even earlier. Yeah, this was still the weird era of lore. Others have +2 to racial bonus to strength and wisdom, -2 to intelligence, and +2 bonuses on mobility and law nature checks. They can use the blur spell once per day. They gain the secondary bite attack that deals 1d6 damage. Pipborn Delight. Fun fact, my Meridian, my character in a 2nd edition Pathfinder game I'm in at the moment is a Pitborn. Pitborns delight in destruction, especially while unleashing their havoc, what is considered valuable or precious. Perhaps because of this volatility, others simply tend to defer to Pitborn, and actually that often grants them the dominance they crave. Yeah, it is a bit unnecessary, no less. +2 to strength and charisma, -2 to intelligence. Yeah, I should probably go for a bonus to intelligence, or with a spellcaster. Shackleborn are fascinated by mutilation and torture, though they prefer to practice their cruel art on others. They accept that sometimes the wheel must turn and greet their own moments of anguish and confinement with an odd serenity. +2 to constitution and charisma. Okay, I guess these are sort of like the Hellraiser tieflings. -2 to wisdom, +2 on mobility and persuasion. They can use the web spell once per day, +1 natural armor. Spite Spawn, an innate sense of jealousy and pure malice drives Spite Spawn to spread misery and despair. Unable to experience joy themselves, they devote their lives to promoting gloom, all the while hiding their hatefulness that lurks at their core. No less, that's a vanilla tiefling option, I guess. Oh yeah, you meant what Keith said. Dex and intelligence. Yeah, I guess I'm just a tiefling. The most tiefling of tieflings. The platonic ideal of tiefling. See my horns in chaotic neutral disposition and despair. Okay, so ability points. I've got 25. I really need strength. Definitely going to need some dexterity, so I'll just increase this as high as it will go. Get some constitution, because every time I have a rogue with no constitution, I regret it. I'm assuming I'm using intelligence to cast spells. Okay, and 16 there. And let's just put it in charisma just to get rid of the penalty. Or some of the penalty. Skill points. Okay, let's have some more stealth. Need charisma to use a magical device. ability. Pleasure should be somewhat athletic. Keith, it's a force of will thing with use magical device. If I'm a sorcerer, it'll be charisma. Hey. Maybe I should just double check what I'm using for spell casting then. Okay, an arcane caster, so... I think arcane is intelligence, isn't it? Because thematically, she's probably going to know a bit more arcana. Yeah, I can only have one rank at the moment. Okay, choose some abilities. Blank shot. Okay, ranged weapons would be nice. Okay, I already get it's recommended, okay. How many of these do I get? Oh god, there's so many of these. Yeah. Okay. As I said, Pathfinder has a lot of feats. Which is very good if you want to customise your character, but so great if you haven't learnt every single feat available yet. Take yourself. When you're adjacent to one or more allies who also have this feat, you gain a +1 bonus on saving throws per such ally. None of the companions have this feat. No point there then. You're on a strike. When wielding a light weapon, or any other weapon that can be used with weapon finesse, you can choose to take a -1 penalty on all melee attack rolls and combat maneuver checks to gain a +2 bonus on all melee damage rolls. This bonus to damage is halved if you are making an attack with an offhand or second weapon. Shielded caster, doesn't matter because none of my companions will have it. Stealthy, stealthy's always good for rogues. Throw anything? Unrecommended feature. I don't really need armor training. Dodge. Gain a +1 dodge bonus to your AC. Left hand, +2 to all trickery and use magical device checks. Like casting. Gain a +4 bonus on concentration checks. Now, am I going for a ranged build here? I suppose with if I'm going partially magic, I should probably use ranged weapons, shouldn't I? Blind fight. Now, blind fight's interesting because obviously in sort of later D&D editions, it's literally you can sense blind enemies. Here they sort of, while that's the idea here, they've sort of defined it mechanically instead. You just have a better chance of finding enemies who are concealed. Keith, weapon finesse for melee, point blank for ranged. I think I already have weapon finesse. Yeah, weapon finesse comes with being a rogue. Two weapon fighting. Having two swords would be cool. Nope, concealed enemies no less. Concealed is basically the same as concealment in D&D. So not necessarily just enemies who are invisible, but also enemies who you can't see because it's dark or because they're hidden behind something. I mean, Piranha Strike sounds cool. Some magic I'm not sure is that useful for me. Lightning reflexes. Improved unarmed strike. Yep. So because obviously feats are sort of smaller and more granular, they're not quite as powerful. So you can see here, basically, you have improved initiative, alert, and improved initiative and alert, which basically sort of do the same thing as the alert feat in 5th edition D&D. Keith, improved initiative. Yeah, I suppose going first is always helpful. Who do I get to choose? Come on. Use my spells. We got here then. We got Burning Hands, always nice, just a bit of fire. Cause Fear, Colour Spray. Ooh, Vanish. Have to go with Invisibility for a rogue. Keith, if I go for my enemies do, they're surprised. Surprise means sneak attacks. Oh yeah, of course. I keep forgetting that's how rogues work back in 3rd edition and Pathfinder. I mean, 5th edition assassins basically had to have the surprise round rules added to their abilities in miniature. Grease. Now, Grease is of course one of the most flexible of all spells. But in a computer RPG, maybe it's one of those spells that's very useful if you take a story-first approach, because you can basically argue anything with it. Still, comedy pratfalls would be very funny. A burst. Okay, that's basically a flashbang. Hurricane Bow just gives it has more damage. Magic Missile. How can I not choose Magic Missile? Armor. This person could be very funny. Shield, aka Brick You Magic Missile. Shocking Grasp, my favourite 3rd edition spell. Because it's literally just grab someone and taser them. True Strike, which I think is as useless here as it is in 5th edition D&D. Okay, let's see. All glory to the Hypnotoad. Yep, you'll notice hypnotism and sleep actually work the same way they do in 5th edition. But they go off hit dice rather than HP. And this is because hit dice was basically equivalent to character levels at this point. Expedious Retreat. I'll go with Expedious Retreat. Keith. Magic Missile has new sneak attack, sadly. Until level 10 as an Arcane Trickster. Yeah, that's true. But it's kind of hard to sneak attack in this rule set. That's a point. Just double check if there's anything that'll sneak attack damage. Not really. Except Vanish. Okay, let's choose a voice.
A trivial task.
Oh.
I'll carve my name onto your flesh.
That's sweet. You can nice, you can choose voice regardless of gender you chose. I think I'll go with a femme voice.
Interesting. Let's shred them!
Ooh, I like this one.
I did it!
Hold on, just a little more. I will see this through.
Boring.
We won't falter! I'm wounded! I stand ready.
Boring, but in a different way.
No contest. Let us be careful.
Like this
Aim
one as well.
carefully! Out of my way!
Now we're talking.
Heal me quickly! Let's move already! Enemy approaching!
This will hurt. No mistakes.
This hurts so much. Away, you rascal. Adventures are exciting.
Yep, I kind of like this one as well. My 2 favourite personality types. Aloof in a sort of cheerful way, or aloof in a sort of I really do not give an F anymore way.
Careful now. This is my chance to run. Cover me! Your luck's run out. Damn this silly thing. What's that glitter? Careful now.
Hey, have a look! The spell's not working. That's mean.
Okay, I can't. After that line, I can't not go for this one. Okay, birthday. We actually learnt about the calendar system. Pathfinder. Exactly, Keith. That's mean. Okay, name. Should I just go with Brioche? I'll just go with Brioche. Alignment. Chaotic neutral. A creature's overall moral and personal attitudes are represented by its alignment. Okay, it's the same wherever you put it.
With grace?
Okay, skill-wise, +4 athletics, +9 mobility, +11 stealth, +7. This'll do. Abilities. I guess those are abilities I get later. Oh wait, no. I guess this is what the level up screen looks like. Oh sweet, I resist basically everything. Stolen lands are an almost wholly unsettled region in the northeastern section of the River Kingdom.
Our story started at the mansion of an Aldori sword lord. Drawn by
ADX.
the promise of a most dangerous task and a commensurately huge reward, heroes of all stripes gathered here.
Ah, this is good. I won't have to read out every single bit of text. And how's it going, DX? This is a good game, at least what you played of it. Yep, I'm hyped. I mean, I'm also hyped to play the sequel because that's actually my favourite Pathfinder module, but we'll see how this goes. Grey Baldur's Gate.
Where are they? This is taking forever! It didn't even say what this was for, just that the Aldori were looking for heroes. Who are the Aldori anyway? Rich folk?
It's so funny just to see Brioche with that fancy gothic twirly bee. Well, hello, Amari. Nice abs.
If you can't be patient, no one's keeping you here. Just go back to your mountains or whatever hole you crawled out of. The Aldori Sword Lords run the premier school for the dueling arts. They're also the richest and most influential group in this part of Bravoy. Take that tone with them, and they'll teach you some manners pretty quickly.
DX, you have the bad habit of testing and making tons of different class characters, play for a while, then stop for whatever reason, forget you ever played and restart. Yeah, that's fair. That's why I'm just such a fan of Tiefling Rogues. It stops me experimenting too much. I just look for whatever class is the most roguelike.
All right, you purple toad, just shut your trap. And if you can't, I'll help you.
Yep, I like this lady.
Hush! Quiet! They're coming.
Walk. Be angry and this.
Greetings, everyone. I am Sword Lord Jamandi Aldori, and this is Lord Mayor Yosef Selimius of Restov. Welcome to my mansion.
We thank you from the bottom of our hearts for responding to our call. You may be few, but that's unavoidable. We need only the best of the best for this task. And I see true heroes before me, strong and fearless, exactly what Restov needs.
Keith, Amari is one of the iconics for Pathfinder. They're barbarian. Excellent. Iosef Selimus, the mayor, a middle-aged man with bushy sideburns and a monocle, wears a beaming smile. Oh, I'll call it just that thing where you can mouse over keywords to get some more info. Restov is one of the two largest cities in the fertile region of Rosland in the southern Brevoy. Lord Mayor Iosif Selimus leads the city, which is a trade and cultural centre that borders the River Kingdoms. Okay, so it's a big city with a war college.
Thank you, Lord Mayor. Now, to the point. South of here, just beyond Brevoy's border, lies a region known as the Stolen Lands. This is disputed territory, and while it's long been claimed by nearby states, it's never been truly taken. I won't bore you with the legal technicalities. Suffice to say that anyone with enough courage and power to seize the stolen lands and name themselves Baron or Baroness, claiming dominion, well, none of the neighboring states would be able to challenge it. Of course, Restov would be first to recognize the legitimacy of this new state, as well as the noble title of its founder.
Yep. Oh, an hour in. That's actually a personal best for me, character creators. Enfys, Sword Lord. Hello, high-level fighter.
Unfortunately, one serious obstacle stands between you and this title. A gang of bandits holds sway in the Stolen Lands. Their chief, who they call the Stag Lord, considers himself the rightful owner of these lands, and no one has yet been able to challenge his power. Bring me his head, and you'll be able to return to the Stolen Lands as their legal ruler. Any questions?
Okay, what do I want to say here? There's a whole team of us. Who exactly will receive the Baron's title? Only me, I'm the player character. Why not just recognise this Stag Lord as a Baron? Your hubby has found a barony? What do you gain from such generosity? What rewards can we expect, exactly?
And what reward would you seek beyond a noble title and your own lands?
The Lord Mayor's eyebrows rise so far he almost drops his monocle.
We'll absorb the costs of preparing and equipping your expeditions. Once you return victorious, Restov will also allocate you a significant sum to provide financial support for you to establish your country. Essentially, we'll help you build your capital. I hope such a reward is satisfactory.
Yep. Will be the tutorial. Thank you.
Words, words, words. Significant, financial. I can't fill my belly with pretty words.
Of course. There will also be an official banquet held in your honor. All of Restov's high society will gather to celebrate your feat.
Yep. It wouldn't be a heroic quest if it doesn't end with a feast.
Now you're talking.
There's a whole team of us. Who exactly will receive the Baron's title?
I will, of course. I'm the leader of this team, after all. Don't worry, though. I'll make it worth your while to help me.
We haven't yet begun, and you already speak of divvying rewards. What makes you think we'll even succeed? There's little point arguing over who gains the title when we'll most likely lose our lives there.
Oh, look at Mr. Optimistic here.
If I may please answer the question.
Andy clears her throat loudly, interrupting the argument. She takes a long pause, waiting for the voices to die down as everyone directs their attention towards her.
We believe you're all equally deserving of a noble title. Over the course of your expedition, it will be up to you as a team to decide which of you is best suited to rule.
DX, you keep reading their names without the red letter at the start. I'm glad I'm not the only one who does that. Why not just recognise this Stag Lord as the Baron?
That's a good point. As I see it, this Stag Lord already holds power over the region with confidence. Many noble bloodlines were started by bandits who just got lucky, weren't they?
I like this lady as well.
Perhaps because we do have standards to maintain. This room has seen many celebrations of adventurers, and even those who just got lucky. But giving a noble title to a bandit lord? That's one thing that's never happened here, and it won't while I still breathe.
And this little purple man is sure is something. Takes notes for imp. Exactly, Keith. Stabby, stabby. Sword Lord's gaze is chilling as she responds. Kubrick stare. You're helping us found a barony. What do you gain from such generosity?
Don't ask stupid questions. Why should you even care? What they have to gain and why, that's for Lady Aldori and I to discuss. It's none of your concern. Your only concern is to swing your sword around or whatever it is you do.
Okay, matey. This isn't Blades, so there's a very good chance she's going to betray us. Oh, you're going to betray us.
Of course, we stand to benefit from this enterprise. But if you're concerned that we intend to rule your country from afar, using you as a front, well, please know that these concerns are unfounded. Let's just say that we have a strong interest in the region's stability. We have need of a ruling power we can negotiate with, not bandit gangs and monster hordes.
What if I want to be a bandit gang or a monster horde?
What is that smell in the air? Is it the smell of unspoken words and political intrigue?
Tiefling girl is standing nearby, speaking in a hushed voice. Noticing you've heard her comment, she winks at you coyly. DX, what about Monster Gang and Bandit Horde? Exactly, folks. Bandits and monsters are cool as heck. Oh.
Excellent. You venture forth tomorrow. For now, you can take some time to get to know one another better. Or you can head straight to your guest rooms to get some rest. You'll find we've already prepared supplies for you there. And thank you again for agreeing to take part in this expedition. I wish you luck.
Thank you again, with all my heart, for replying to this call. The flare in your eyes reveals your courage, the unshakable will that distinguishes true heroes. I look at you, O champions of Restov, and doubt not for a second that you'll be victorious. So venture forth toward your feet. Go, and return in triumph.
Exactly, Nerlus. Suspiciously specific denial. DX, monster bandits and horde gangs for the win. But he didn't start as horde in World of Warcraft. Yeah, I mained Forsaken when I played it. End dialogue. Let's talk to some peeps. Do I have control of my character now?
My name's Lindsay. I'm a bard, though this is my first real adventure. So, shall we go teach this stag lord a lesson?
I'll be nice to the cheerful bard.
Likewise. Actually, I also wanted to ask you something. How do you feel about this Tartuccio fellow? I think he's pretty obnoxious personally. He appointed himself head of the team, and he's just after the Baron's crown, or whatever it is barons wear. It doesn't matter. I don't like him. I think you should be team leader. When I first saw you, I couldn't help but think, now here's a real hero. Someone who'll be praised in poems and songs. This is the person I'll write my book about. Damn, I should have led with that. Please, just let me explain.
Keith, Lindsay is the best. Yes, I'll be very nice to Lindsay. Oh, okay, so... Oh, yes, she was reading the opening scroll, so I guess she's the sort of narrator. Delayed narrator introduction. One of my favourite TV tropes. For obvious reasons.
You know what the trouble with most heroes' biographies is? They're always written years later, based on the tales of, best case, people who saw things from the outside. Worst case, someone heard about it from their brother, who heard it from their friend, who heard it from their cousin, and so on, adding a new batch of lies each time. Every time I read about a heroic journey, I think to myself, why didn't they just bring a bard with them to write it all down properly?
Stonk agrees with this. Forks, she sounds like Juicer from Hades. Nerlus, she kinda does. Yeah, I'm actually wondering if it's the same VA. If anyone wants to look that up.
And then I thought, I could be that bard. I just needed to find a suitable hero and volunteer to follow along on their glorious adventure. A great plan, huh? And here we are, with a heroic journey lying before us. Who's going to be the hero? Some dwarf who keeps muttering about how we'll all die? Or maybe that horrific scythe lady? Or God's forbid, Tartuccio? No way.
Did she say Scythe Lady? Oh, Keith, it's Lindsay Shepherd. Wait, sorry, Lindsay Shepherd. Courtney Vinay's voice is Dusa. Okay, just a similar voice then. Really, I have nothing against Tartuccio. Oh, I have tons against him already. I'm totally backstabbing him if he doesn't backstab me first. Okay. I'll accomplish the feats and you're down, or... No, you know what? I'm gonna play a rogue with an ego.
Deal. Alright. I'm going to my room to write about tonight. See you in the morning.
The first step on the road to glory. My quill takes its first... Okay. Okay, leave the room. I'll talk to some peeps first. What game is Jamandi playing? He's like a pawn.
The dangers don't frighten me.
Okay, so middle reel to scroll. Click to move somewhere. Adventurers. Adventurer. You're simple bandits. We'll deal with them in no time. Tomorrow our glorious adventure begins. Are you ready? I hope so. I don't need layabouts on my team. So stabbing him. Thanks for the quote, Enfys. Loving this music as well. Who else is there to talk to? Spoken to her. Random adventurer. Our own barony. Now that's a prize worth fighting for. Yep, they're both all saying the same thing. Who else is there? Here are some peeps. Camera. To move the camera, use the WASD and arrow keys or the middle mouse button. Oh, thank you. This expedition is surely doomed. They're all saying the same thing. Yep. Just talk to the big boss. Get some rest before the road. You've got a difficult journey before you. I'll double the guard for the night, just as a precaution. Okay, they were all friends. It may be difficult, but at least it won't be boring. LSI. An architecture is very beautiful but very heavy. In my native land of Wadira, palaces are furnished quite differently. Area exit. Click this icon to exit the current area. Okay.
I'll share my path.
First world is akin to the first draft of the gods. There the deities exercise their... Oh, okay. Cut off.
Help! Help!
Lindsay bursts into your room. She looks scared. Face is smeared with soot and she holds a weapon in her hands. Help, help. I like how one of the options is just get out of my room. Walks, you need to play through the Mass Effect series. Same, to be honest. I think the most of it I've seen is actually Goggles doing the randomizer. Yep. Being nice to her.
The mansion's under attack. We need to help.
I guess we do.
Some villains broke in and started killing everyone. I barely made it. Hurry, we have to help the guards fight off the attackers or we'll all be cut down one by one.
Okay. Well, fighting off villains is thirsty work, so... I hope you enjoyed this tea ASMR. Sponsored by tea. Walks, you played through 2 and that's it. Hey Keith, you making a mockery of my channel's fine traditions? Yara suggests Forks play through Mass Effect, even Andromeda. It's a scream. As if to lend credence to Lindsay's words, scream echoes from the hallway. Let's go fight some bandits then. Hey, a bandit's coming in to fight me. Keith, as a 4 cups of tea a day person yourself, yes you mock. Well, I'm a 3 cups of coffee minimum in the first hour of the morning person myself, so maybe I'd like to chill out a bit before it's when it's the evening. Right. General, combat happens in real time, but you can pause the game at any time to assess the situation and give orders to your companions. Pause or unpause the game, press space. Click on opponents in order to attack them. Switch between turn-based and real-time modes, use game settings. Dice rolls. Most of the game's mechanics are based on Pathfinder role-playing game system, and use dice rolls to determine the results of actions. Most common die has 20 sides and is used for both checks and attacks. Initiative. When the battle starts, each combatant makes an initiative check. The higher their initiative, the earlier their character can act. Initiative scores can be viewed in the combat log. Combat is divided into rounds, each round lasting 6 seconds. Attack roll. An attack is a character's attempt to strike an opponent. The result of an attack roll depends on how many factors wielded weapons. Damage, armor class. I mean, this is quite similar to D&D, so I'm sure you all know it.
I don't tolerate threats.
Pause or unpause the game, press space. Keith, 1 cup of coffee a day as well. Good man. Forks, tea. It's leaves and water and heat. These basic ingredients create a wonderful sensory experience. Nervous, you don't see the point of coffee, it makes you awake. Yeah, I mostly drink coffee because I prefer the flavour. It's got sort of a nutty quality to it. Tea's nice, but coffee's just got like... Okay, so my initiative was 19. Our assassin here has initiative 6. Sucks to be you. Got here then. Suppose I should just attack, shouldn't I?
Stand down. You offend me.
Okay, I can switch to a turn-based mode. Out. I've got some scrolls, that's nice. Stealth. I can just sneak.
Your time is over. Away, you rascal. Stand down. You offend me.
What do I do then?
Your time is over.
Do I just unpause?
Away, you rascal. Stand down. You offend me.
Yep, again, attack of opportunity. I don't know what happened there. Boots. Shirt. Dagger. Keith, real-time D&D, yick. Nolus, why is there a P arc on the HUD? Oh, right, I think that was telling you action stuff. Real-time mode weird you out, Keith. Well, I'll try it myself and see what happens. Character. How do I equip it? Okay, I've got a crossbow. Although I have no idea how I attack with my crossbow. Oh, let's see what's through the door. Wait, maybe I should look at some stuff first.
Your time is over.
Oh, hey, you can,
Away, you rascal.
How do I inspect?
Stand down.
Okay. Oh yeah, I can sneak.
Now you see me, now you don't.
Stealth mode engaged. The assassins are already here. Follow me. Okay, Abe. Hey, Iris. Your girl is here to call everyone gay. And you should do it. Keith says he is not Iris, which is true. He is not Iris. Citation needed. Going on here. Lindsay's journal contains your current quests and tasks. Looks to be this person. I guess I should follow her. They've got someone we have to help. What should we do with this one? We'll finish him later, he won't get away.
You offend me. Come at me, I dare you.
Hey, we're gonna shoot this guy.
Your time is over. Away,
Shoot this
you
guy.
rascal.
You're just in time. A bit longer and I'd have been... Whew, I don't even want to think about it. Can you imagine what a terrible loss this would have been? But it's all right now. I'm safe, sound, and unscathed, ready to lead you to victory.
Can't believe we rescued this guy. Iris, so how's being a tiefling rogue a totally original choice? Nolis is correct. I turned down the catgirl tiefling option. And yes, that's an option. More specifically, you can choose your heritage, and one of them is a Rakatesha. Keith, you have no regrets now about posting the Tupperware GIF. Tiefling, yeah. Keith with the hot takes here.
Lady
Yeah, sure.
Jamandi's holding the line in the banquet hall. You know, the one where she had us gathered before. We need to make our way to her. And along the way, we'll try to save some of these dummies who are supposed to accompany us to the Stolen Lands.
Oh cool, we get to meet the team.
Speaking of dummies, take this ring. Quiet now, so that little fool doesn't hear us. She might try to steal it herself. It's magical. It'll protect you. You'll need it while you work to defend me.
Gnome looks back at Lindsay and starts whispering as he takes a ring off his finger, handing it to you. Items received. Artukio's present. Okay. Acquired a ring. In order to equip it, open your inventory by pressing L. To equip an item, double click on it or drag it to a suitable slot. Put your mouth cursor over an object to see the tool. Ever burning tool. Like a ring. +1 to armor class. Fair enough. That's a good point, Keith. Do I really trust it? Oh well, I've already equipped it now. Oh, hey, Nick. Hello, hello, hello indeed. Oh, have a good shift, Kiara. Thank you as always for dropping by, and I hope your shift goes quickly and painlessly. I mean, you say I shouldn't trust a ring from a suspicious man, but recently granted got a ring from Nick, so... I mean, not Nick literally. Orcs trust no mysterious enchanted ring. You've read The Hobbit. Nick, you're watching the Baldur's Gate announcement. You've totally missed the live notification from this. How much have you missed? Not too much. Mostly just character creation and a bit of the prologue. We've met an adorable bard who's just going to write my story down because I'm the protagonist. Because this is a video game, so I can be the protagonist guilt-free. Nick, you give all your players cursed rings. It's what keeps them on the show. Yeah, it's true. I'm stuck on Nick's channel. Iris, Nick is an NPC in Guild of Icons. If we fight him and kill him, we win the game. Nola's snitching on me. Yes, I turned down the catgirl tiefling option. Keith introducing precious friend Lindsay. Oh yeah, and 2 scenes. We're going to become a barony. Oh, anyways. So we go.
How cute!
Let's just take all these daggers. Up here.
This is my time to shine.
Self-engaged.
They won't see a thing.
Look, we're saving the place. We might as well rob it. Thanks, Lindsay. Keith, You made me wear Tupperware on my head as well. It's true. It was all Keith's fault, and not of my own doing. I am blameless. Orcs, the last D&D campaign you're in, you all got bracelets which immediately bound to you. Nick, you're extra interested in this because you think you own it but never played it. Yeah, I know I keep saying this on repeat, but
I'll share my path.
the sequel to this, not a direct sequel, is an adaptation of my favourite Pathfinder module, or adventure path as they call them. I'm hyped for saying that as well. Companions. There are several companions in your party now. Select a single character, click on their portrait, press corresponding key, Alt 1 to Alt 6. Select multiple characters at once, give them the same order, draw a frame around them while holding down the left mouse button. Select all characters, press backspace. Okay, RTS rules. Check the cupboard. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. They're entering a library.
They choose to stand against me? Serves you right.
Leave this one to me.
Stand down.
Okay, let's see who can sneak attack and who can not. Advanced combat. Lindsay and Tartukia are capable of casting spells to use a spell. Yes. Great. I think this is actually the first time in a while I've played a game that uses fantasy and magic. In obviously a video game, not a tabletop game.
You deserved it. You offend me. Wishes. Your time is over.
Health and death. Each character has a certain amount of hit points. Oh yeah, but I set the difficulty so they companions get back up after they fall down. Orcs, you got to bounce. It was nice hanging out while you could. Yep, thank you for dropping by as always. It's always nice to see you. Oh, and the bracelets you were talking about ended up being OP enchanted items. Nice. I hope you have a nice whatever it is in your time zone. Draw hit points, use healing spells, potions, or rest. Added armor. I think that might be best than one I've got. Short bow. Potion.
They won't see a thing.
It's better than crossbow. A better critical modifier, but otherwise it's worse. Oh nice, it tells me where I found an item. Yep, hooray for spell slots.
The dangers don't frighten me.
Let's just open this door definitely. Okay. Everyone's dead. Lindsay, oh no, is everyone dead? Yukio, pathetic, they couldn't even defend themselves, but they thought they could conquer the stolen lands. Oh, shut the frick up. This way. That cat. He's got no home now. Okay. Butter, fowl, edible moss. The Almanac of the Inner Sea by Jubilost around Fopple. Tempted to read the whole thing. Should I read the whole thing? Well, you're all watching me. Do you want me to just read every book I find? Keith says no. Nick says RIP to my voice if I do. Oh yeah, I forget, I've got to save it for Ace Attorney tomorrow, haven't I? Okay, fine, I won't. Barrel of fish. Yep. We'll just save the day as soon as we're done plundering the place. And this, at least I have Nyashans for the road. Hey, someone get the door.
It's the end for you rats!
Yep, we better go help.
Can you make an
Die
epic
already.
pose? I need inspiration.
Away, you rascal!
I like her.
Oh, it's you. Stay up from under my feet or I'll strike you down.
The barbarian's face is distorted with rage. She grinds her teeth and sweat drips down from her forehead. Noticing Tartukio, she swings her sword but stops it just in time. I wouldn't have stopped. Enfys, the delay on your end is wild. Hopefully it's not my end. I see the chat shares my feelings on this. Keith, she's strong. Iris, she can strike you down if she wants. Mood.
Blood for Gorum!
Amiri takes a deep breath, then barks out. Blood for Gorum. Swinging her bloody sword, she runs towards the sound of battle.
Barbarians.
What?
I think that's exactly how heroes should be.
Thank you, Lindsay.
What, stupid, sweaty, and always looking for something to gobble up or lop the head off of? Calistria, save me from such heroes.
So going in a blender when I find one. The heavy grate is securely locked. Gee, if only I was some sort of rogue who could pick locks.
That betrays them.
Keith, everyone loves Amiri, and Takusio is the worst. Exact. Enfys, you don't think it's my end? There's some streaming happening in the room next to you. Yeah. So many daggers. Okay, I can find someone to sell them to. Oh, we should go help. There they are, the assassins. Yep, they've got that assassiny look to them. This is your last chance. Drop your weapons and we'll spare your lives. So generous. I'm afraid I can't offer you the same courtesy. Hey you, ugly mug. Gun. Oh no. Damn. Thanks for the quote, Enfys. Oh, looks like I'm gonna have to fight with whoever that is. That's cute. Okay, Frost Giant. Added armor. Action. Oh yeah, is that armor better than mine? can't be equipped. Can't be equipped. Great. Keith, the Frost Giant, dealt 3 times my hit points. Yeah, let's not fight the Frost Giant then. But this isn't going to be one of those things where I try to save the day and I just have to die. Because the tutorial says so. Ooh, pole-arm. Okay, I guess I'm not going that way. Patch is blocked, you can't make it through this way. Okay, dexterity ahoy.
No challenge at all.
Skill check. Once interacting with an object requires a skill check. A successful check may be needed for a variety of tasks. Unlocking a door, opening a chest, disabling a trap, moving a heavy object. Okay, fair enough. Assume I can't go through there. Well, let's just shoot this guy.
I don't tolerate threats. This is where I step in.
Out of my way! Leave this one to me.
Protect me! Someone! Anyone! This cannot be happening.
Did I die? Okay, I'm back up again. How do I use an item? There we go. The game's honest.
Now you see me. Now you don't.
Okay. Elf.
Now you see me. Now you don't.
I'm gonna start saying that every time Grant makes a stealth check. An armory. Sure, Jamandi wouldn't mind if we borrowed some weapons. Is the armory? Banded mail, equipped by me. Press the tab to highlight all the interactive objects in the imp. That's useful. Yeah, it might have some nice daggers in it. Oh, a key. Small key that opens the northern wing of the mansion. Breastplate, which I can't equip.
What have we here? This chest is full of gold. I guess it's for the guards' salaries, all things considered. Well, those freeloaders don't seem to have been working too hard for it. Maybe we should pocket it instead.
Takushia looks at the chest on the table and rubs his hands together.
What? No, we're heroes, not thieves.
Who said we were stealing it? We'll just take the gold for safety so the assassins don't get it. And then we can heroically return it to Jamandi when this is all over.
Finally, a voice of reason.
Yeah, let's go the pragmatic route. Yeah, it's true, Keith. True, Keith. I'm a rogue, not a thief.
Do what you want. I don't care. It was just a suggestion. But there's a lot of money in that chest, and with all these bandits running around, it wouldn't be any better if they stole it.
I'm not stealing some working men's salaries. Tower shield, which I can't use. The party is overloaded and cannot travel. Well, I'm sure there'll be merchants enough. Oh, here we are. A composite longbow. Now we're talking. Can't be equipped. It can't.
I'd look ugly in this.
Iris, but like how much gold? What was the context for that quote? Commoners must die. I think that was actually in a Norsemark game where we were fighting a bunch of commoners, as in the creature type. Oh, anyway, let's drop some of the. Still over encumbered, okay. Okay, it's because of the guild. Okay, and we're good again. Go help. Yep, we understand about encumbrance now.
Oh, familiar faces. I hope you're not so frightened as to swing at every shadow. It's me, Jathal. I don't recommend advancing down the hallway, assuming you value your life, of course. There were a few people with me, and you can see what happened to them.
And just how did they all end up dead while you don't seem to have a scratch?
Mercutio, eyes, Jathal, rogue life.
I'll answer but briefly and just once. Further scares and explanations will wait until we aren't being hunted by a group of assassins. Deal? All right. I'm undead. These traps are deadly to the living, but they're harmless to me.
Oh yeah, I forgot being undead was an option in Pathfinder. Wait.
What do you mean undead? Really? Like zombies or skeletons or...
Nolas, very obvious backstabber, recognises very obvious backstabber.
As I said, further explanations will wait until later. All you need to know right now is that we're on the same side, and we have to fight off a small army of hired assassins. Let's get to it.
Traps. You'll encounter many traps in your adventures. Whenever you will automatically make a perception check. On a success, you'll see the chapter location. Okay, so my rogue should be perfect at this.
The world is full of wonder.
Ask. Speak.
Okay, she's in my party now. That's neat.
Adventures are exciting.
Where's this trap then?
Hey, have a look! Easy.
Steal the painting.
I always have a second plan.
Button to select everyone again. Backspace. Oh yeah, you're right, Keith. I should have saved. Oh well. Want to go this way? I want to look this way. Okay, there's nothing this way anyway.
It's my time to shine.
Oh, entering stealth mode.
Dangers don't frighten me. Is there trouble? No time for idling.
And... Oh, come on! Keith, you wonder if you used to have a clip of Ashley's rogue failing to disarm a trap and party wiping a Kingmaker playthrough?
The dangers don't frighten me.
Hey, how do I unselect people?
No time for idling.
I wrote it like I saw it.
Friendship lasts forever.
Hey, me, the rogue, I am going to disarm this trap. Thank you very much.
Hey, have a look. No challenge at all.
This is how you rogue. Yep, exactly, Enfys. Good job, AI. Chainmail, which I can't equip. Washard, which I can't equip. Fun fact, 3rd edition D&D had a lot of pole arms for some reason. Scroll of Bless. Scroll of Shield of Faith. Marvellous I forget to use any of these. Door over here, that looks important. You found a scroll, a single use size. Ooh, Ashe. Oh, come on, he didn't
Serves
even...
you right.
I don't tolerate threats.
God, she's undead and she has a scythe.
Stand down.
A secret room.
Shadows engulf me.
puzzle. Iris, if only D&D let anyone use scrolls like Pathfinder does. Exactly. Although I'm not sure, I think Pathfinder uses 3.5 edition rules, which means to make a scroll you actually had to spend XP. Did they say anything about the caching? Lindsay, law, nature check failed. Yeah, there must be some sort of puzzle here. Okay. I have 2 switches and I can't even guess what this puzzle is. That was a mysterious cache. How would I be opened? Maybe I should have just eavesdropped for a while. Fierce. Hello, sir. Silver medallion and a rusty horseshoe. Yeah, I feel like there must be some sort of hidden cache somewhere.
Is there trouble?
Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Iris, the Crisis Core remake's still installing, so you're going to go play that. Yep, have fun. I thought about getting that, but I'm too broke to get a new game, so I'm going to wait, give it a few weeks to go down in price. Enfys, the big picture of a tree is sus to you? But yeah, have fun, Iris. let me know how it is, because I'm actually kind of hyped for it. I loved it when it was on the original PSP. Yeah, I have no idea what to do here. S. Ah. Okay, so the solution to this puzzle was actually to explore more of the room. What have we got here? We have to have all of them sawed down. Sawed up.
I'll share my path.
Enfys. Oh, it's sus because I failed a nature check earlier. Yeah, I think that's just a bardic ability that happens in every fight. Does it mean making me move between every single room? I can come out of stealth, can't I? Yeah, it's bardic law triggering, and it'll be something about the scene she gets to talk about. Okay. They're both up. Oh, like I'm very close. You could probably split the party too so I can interact with both rooms. Actually, correct. Plus I get both rooms lit. Wow.
The world is full of wonder.
Speak.
Oh, change your plan.
Adventures are exciting.
Right, and she should say it.
I don't tolerate fools.
Are you working with me
A
then?
simple smile goes a long way.
Ask.
A sweet smile, a gentle voice, and kind words will help me win their hearts. And if that fails, I'll use my sharp nails instead.
If you hate lights out puzzles, yeah, kind of a nuisance. I mean, I guess I could just try and remember which ones are connected to which, but where's the fun in that?
I always have a second plan.
Of course you do.
Friendship lasts forever.
State your desire.
No time for idling.
Request.
The world is full of wonder.
Time's wasting.
And help me solve this
A
puzzle.
simple smile goes a long way.
You have my attention.
Adventures are exciting.
Enlighten me.
Share your will.
Is there trouble?
Okay, now let's now stop self-defaming.
Ask.
Yes. What we got in here then? Got some gold, silver, a mug, map. Valuable gemstones, a classic.
They dare to attack me?
What?
You deserved it.
Okay, I guess the it was a mimic or something? Oh, it's an ooze. If the chair is evil, the chair's just misunderstood. Yeah, I didn't see the first letter, but I couldn't actually guess what it was.
They won't see a thing.
Let's just open this door stealthily. Yep, I agree. We're in the gardens.
Unworthy.
Sneak attack.
Epic pose? I need inspiration.
You offend me.
There you go.
Your time is over.
Oh wait, she
Any last wishes?
ally.
Ah, everything
Hey there.
is so much fun with a little fire. What a night, huh? I thought I was all alone. It's good you're here. A bit boring, chasing fool assassins without anyone watching the show.
Oh, she's hot too. Tiefling girl you saw at the reception before the attack stops nearby and waves her tail with excitement.
It's not fun at all. Many people have died for nothing.
Knowledge, world check past.
Of course. I'm from Kadira. But tales of hot deserts and shady oases can wait until the fighting's finished. But if you'd like to share a dinner and pleasant conversation, just say the word. I like making new friends. I am Kayesi, one of the many here who seek a better fate, answering the call of Lady Jamandi. But unlike the others, I never dropped my guard, day or night. It's why I'm still alive.
Okay, I'm just going to take a quick bathroom break. Okay, I can't.
I don't know where you're heading, but I'll be at the entrance to the main hall. I think I saw some guards there. Join me there, if you wish.
Tiefling salutes you and runs ahead nimbly. Steal all these dead assassin stuff.
How cute!
Guess I can't go that way. You okay there?
Grotus, I can sense your silhouette hovering over me. It won't be much longer. Soon we shall meet, O Lord of Oblivion.
Dwarf is lying on the ground staring into the dark sky. Okay, I'm going to go for a pee before I forget. Be right back. Everyone behave in chat. And I'm back. And I forgot to switch to the AFK screen. How's everyone? And Fist, you have an idea for why I might have been failing stealth checks earlier? I'm sneaking with the whole party at once. Someone's going to get seen. Yeah. If you're good. Station need. A dwarf is lying on the ground staring into the dark sky. He doesn't seem to have any severe wounds, but his trembling whisper is weak, as though he were at death's door. Diplomacy.
That's impossible. Oh, it seems you might be right.
Okay, that's a perfect piece of dialogue. Keith, more of a neutral good, you think? Ah, fair enough. Aram is also precious. Yep, I wasn't entirely sure about his too gloomy for thou persona, but I think I'm sold on it now. The dwarf lifts his head and inspects his body carefully, then tries to move his hands and feet.
It seems I will live. I suppose I must postpone meeting my god, not for long, I'm sure. But while we remain in this transient world, Arim is at your service.
Dwarf grunts as he regains his feet and warily looks down at his blood-stained armour. New party member. Okay, anything over here? Just a bunch of corpses. You're at.
This is my time to shine.
Look here!
Oh. There. Harim is also precious, and the best nihilist cleric. Nicholas. I always forget how to pronounce that. Spell conversion. Ooh. Gold ring. Masterwork longsword. Okay, I'll take that. Okay, yeah, I suppose I should try and equip everyone a bit better. Equip. Equip the studded leather? No. Yeah, she can have the padded armor. Wait, can I equip the padded armor? I'll equip the padded armor. This game's a jerk. Yeah, she can probably keep her. Oh yeah, can you ash you? The grate is securely locked.
No time for idling.
I picked the lock.
The world is full of wonder.
The character scout ahead. Formations. Group formation is half of any victory. The formation system will help you hold the line in combat. Click this button to select one of the standard formations, or you can create your own.
I'll show my path.
I guess we're not fighting the frost giant. Yeah, they're all friendly.
You, run and get an axe. You, bring more water. You, stay here and hold our defense. Those assassins are still around here somewhere.
Nullus and standing in a circle is half the battle. Exactly. Keston Garres. Stout man's unshaven face is covered with scars. There's blood on his armour, but he doesn't even seem to notice his wounds as he confidently gives orders to the guards.
Aha! Some of our guests survived. Good. You need to get to the banquet hall and help Lady Jamandi. Keston, House Garres, a fighter in the service of Sword Lord Jamandi Aldori. Right now, I'm in charge of the mansion guards. As you can see, there's a lot to do.
If I were a rich and influential lady like Jamandi, I'd also give myself a manly captain of the guard. Or two.
Girl casts a coy look at Keston and remarks sweetly.
Someone opened the gate, let in a group of assassins in the middle of the night. Now they've set the mansion on fire to cut off access to the hall. They don't want Lady Jamandi to get reinforcements. We cleared the passage so you can get through. Just try to avoid inhaling the smoke. We'll be right behind you. We just need to put out the fire first to save the mansion.
Considering Lady Jamandi's fame, I'm not surprised that a whole pack of assassins were unleashed on her, including a giant. But what's at stake? What could anyone hope to gain?
Tiefling squints, obviously curious and thinking quickly.
No, we'll manage. I've got my best people here, those who still live. Your place is by Lady Aldori's side.
It doesn't seem right. What if some of the guards are wounded? We need to help them.
Has a point.
You'll have to run through the fire. We've almost put it out at the entrance, so your main concern should be to not inhale any smoke. Hold your breath and take the first right, then head straight down the hallway.
First right, straight down the hallway.
Fire doesn't frighten me, thanks to hell's blood running in my veins. I'll go ahead and wait for you on the other side. Catch up!
Tiefling girl starts off and dashes through the fire.
May Abadar keep you safe.
Not the way this girl thinks. I mean, what's the point of being a tiefling if you don't just run through the fire? But yeah, I think I've got something. This.
Friendship lasts forever. What troubles you? Adventures are exciting.
Okay. Well. Iris, bad news. The PC version has really horrible controller support, so you can't play it. Huh? Well, first right. Illustrated book episodes. And so our adventure started. Earlier and much more tragic than we'd expected. The whole team we'd gathered in the hall yesterday had been reduced to but a handful of brave souls, led by Brioche, and us taught by that scoundrel Takutio, no matter what he might have imagined himself. Oh yeah, forgot that he's writing this. Jomandi Aldori was waiting for us, but to get to her, we'd have to march through the fire, literally. As we approached the burning building, we... Squash. Prudence is the key to victory. I think that's an AP, isn't it? Before moving through the fire, we thoroughly wet our clothes and hair. After that, we... It was a good thing we hadn't wasted any time. After entering the building and taking just a few steps forward, all behind us slanted and crashed down with a terrible crackling sound, blocking the way back. While we may not have planned on going back if we'd come in a little later, flaming logs and red-hot bricks would have fallen right on our heads. Regardless, we're left with only one way to go. Iris, there are a ton of things you can't map to the controller, and all the prompts in the game remain KB and M buttons. The crisis core is out of reach of you till it's patched. That sucks. The hot air burned our lungs and our eyes watered from the smoke, but Brioche led us stubbornly through the flames, while Tukio did nothing useful at all. Like this bard. We'd made it to the hallway leading to the banquet hall when we heard someone calling for us. It was Valerie, one of the guards I'd chatted with a bit in the banquet hall. Even then, in that calm setting, I'd been stunned by her beauty, but now amid the smoke and flames she looked like a celestial avenger. An armoured deity, menacing but beautiful and merciful, descending from the higher spheres to help us poor mortals. She helped a burned, barely living guard in her arms. There are two more, she shouted as she passed by us. They're wounded. Help me pull them out. Takutio grumbled something about how Andy was waiting for us. Meanwhile, Brioche... Damn right I'm saving the guards from the fire. Succeeded. Saving the poor fellows didn't take long. Together we lifted them up and carried them away from the fire. Keith says, Valerie, hello? Yep, I think I like this lady too. Only then did Valerie pause to catch her breath and wipe the sweat from her face. Thank you. That was truly noble of you, she said. And now let us rush to Lady Aldori's aid. Cheering the guards we'd rescued were relatively safe, we made our way to the hall, where the battle was already in full swing. Fine experience. One of your characters is fatigued. Okay. Find out more about a character character's condition.
I am your
correct.
shield.
So okay, so the longsword's worse than the sword she's got anyway. Awful neutral. Very Joan of Arc. Eolus adds again, or dropping and re-adding TTV lol would do it. TT. That was it. A fatigue character cannot charge. It takes a -2 penalty to strengthen dexterity. Okay, so she won't lose fatigue until she's had a rest. Keith, she might just be a fighter, but that charisma bonus makes you think paladin. Yeah. I'm guessing she'll multi-class later. Okay, that tower shield looks so cool. Cough cough, I thought I was a goner. If I ever get my hands on that arsonist. Thank you, Valerie. I owe you my life. Excuse me, we helped. Actually, no, I suppose that he's probably the one that she was holding. Hello, Urban Dragon Dice. You see, I'm in the early stage just like I am. You are. Yeah, basically. I spent like an hour on character creation, so... Keith, her background said she rejected being a paladin, so it'll be interesting if she does drop back into paladin. Yep, I wonder if it's one of those sort of dialogue options affect how they'll do sort of things. Okay, I'm guessing the last boss battle is just ahead. What class is my character? Tiefling Rogue, because I'm just all about Tiefling Rogues. I went with the Eldritch subclass. Enfys, if you don't spend at least an hour on character creation, did you even character creation correctly? It's true, and they should say it. Oh, this is nice. So I can just pick up anything I left here. Oh, that's nice, because I've got more characters, I can carry more stuff. Light weapons for 2-weapon fighting. That's a boss battle if I've ever seen one. Reinforcements are on the way. Say your prayers, scum. Okay.
A simple smile goes a long way. Away, you rascal!
You cannot stand against me.
Hey now, everyone else.
This is where I step in.
Leave this one to me.
Wretched things.
Repent!
Let us strike as one!
Dragon, you went with a half-orc Inquisitor. Nice. I think the iconic Inquisitor's a half-orc as well. Oh, I'm down. You have some healing. Inventory. I do not know how to heal myself when I'm down. Oh, hey, Band. How's it going? Thanks for giving her a shout out, no less. Dragon Dice. Having a mixture of rogue power and divine magic was just too tempting. That's fair. I'm just all about that rogue life. Vance, if you're right, you think I need a very specific spell to get someone back up if they're downed. Okay, I guess I've already flubbed this battle. Anyone have a healing spell? Enfys. Dragon, if someone's down in combat, someone else has to get you up. Okay, I'll see if I can get the bards to give me a potion then. No, don't drink it yourself. I'll call him up. Oh hey, I guess we won. Vance, is this one turn-based or real-time with pause? It's real-time with pause, but you can set it to turn-based. Which, to be honest, I think I might. Stuff. Originally it was real time with pause, but they added the turn-based in very quickly, which is much nicer. Okay, I'll stick to that in future then. Not even departed and already won over our first battle. Seems like a good omen, right? You're very right, hot barbarian lady. Oh, I forgot to use the troll.
Thank you for your valor and bravery. The enemy was strong, but you were stronger. And that means I made the right choice. Just as I thought, there were worthy leaders among you. I'm especially grateful to them for the courage and common sense they showed while defending the mansion. But this attack means we have even less time than I thought. Someone already knows of our plans and is acting against us. You'll begin your expedition immediately.
Dragon, Wrath of the Righteous has both from the start. Yeah, I'm hyped to play Wrath of the Righteous just because that Venture Path has one of my favourite NPCs in it. I keep saying it every opportunity. Nick, it always confused you that it took this long for games based on TTRPGs to embrace the tactical turn-based nature of their combat. Vance, real-time WP is your worst nightmare, not gonna lie. You didn't have the reaction time for it. You look at your action bar for half a second, everyone's dead. Nolus, Morrowind, first person real-time attack rolls. Oh wow, I remember as well. That was clunky as heck. Because you're hitting an enemy and it just said, missed, missed, missed.
Lady Aldori, please, I know who arranged this attack. The vile king of Pitax, Iroveti. What's more, I know who among us works for him. Hey, you! Show everyone the ring you're wearing. You think I wouldn't recognize Iroveti's seal? That's why she wasn't killed. The bandits recognized her as one of their own by this signet ring.
So... okay. Knowledge world check passed.
Probably, yes. But this evidence is circumstantial at best. There's definitely a spy among us. But who? All I have is one word against another. I'm afraid you're both under suspicion.
Damn it.
They both came to your aid, Lady Jamandi. But a liar's cunning knows no bounds. I've never met these two or their companions. For all I know, they're all conspiring spies.
Bit of tiefling solidarity.
How could you say that? We fought together. We literally went through fire together. And then you vanished into thin air. After you promised you'd wait.
My words might be rash.
Tiefling is obviously embarrassed. That mood.
I bet my life despises anyone but this woman. I saw how she dealt with those creeps with my own eyes. A true warrior. I'd go with her through hell and high water. This purple crook, on the other hand. He's got the eyes of a spy. And the mug of a spy!
Amari spits on the floor with contempt.
Lady Aldori, don't listen to this thick-headed barbarian. She doesn't know what she's talking about. During the attack, our leader showed her true colors. She forced us to break into the armory and rob it.
Okay, so... moral choices. Sometimes your character has to make difficult decisions, relying on their conscience or lack thereof. Such decisions impact your character's alignment, gradually shifting your character towards good or evil, lawful or chaotic. Some dialogues feature special options that are available only to characters with certain alignments. Yeah, I think I'm going to stay chaotic neutral. I'm going to see -1.
Considering the circumstances, that was more than reasonable.
Yeah, well, it's sort of like Paragon versus Renegade, no less, but I think it's using the Pathfinder D&D two-axis moral compass instead. Dragon, love the barbarian gal. Word mincing, 0. Yep, this is good writing. They're making all the cool people stand up for you.
Is it not insane to be faced with death and stop to question whether you may be breaking some law or rule? Our leader acted wisely.
Like how they put your name in the dialogue, but have them just say something else, like this woman or our leader.
There is a difference between initiative taken in battle and blatant arrogation. How can someone who disregards authorities be a leader herself?
Shut up, cop.
What about that trick she pulled right before we came in here? She knew very well you were fighting the enemy, but instead of rushing to help you, she dallied as long as she could, dropping everything to save people from the fire, even though the guards were handling things just fine. She was obviously hoping to show up too late and find you already dead.
Hope I get to kill this guy. Yeah, pretty much, no less. The same argument in a different tone of voice.
Really, Tartuccio? You're seriously trying to blame someone for saving people from a fire?
May Shellen spare me from ever having to make such a choice, but she behaved decently, as a true leader.
It's really not a tabletop RPG adaptation if they aren't invoking deities you haven't read enough lore to know the name of.
A true leader is someone who has their priorities straight, not someone who would put a valuable ally's life in danger for the sake of some servant.
Okay, I don't quite like her as much anymore.
Enough squabbling. I'm still not sure which of you I can trust. However, the risk of entrusting the whole affair to a spy is too great. Here's what we'll do. 2 teams will head out. That way, I'll know at least one group can be counted on to serve my interests in the stolen lands.
And there's a very specific video game accent that's about halfway between Shrek and Rasputin, and you can never tell if you're offended by it. Ah yes, the Ogrishan accent.
Lady Aldori, most of those who are to set off for the stolen lands have been killed. Those who yet live will require help. Please allow me to join the expedition.
I'm sad to lose such a talented warrior. But you're right, Valerie. They have greater need of you right now. Go, and may Abadar keep you. Which of the 2 teams would you prefer to accompany?
If Tartuccio allows, I would join his team. Forgive me, but I don't appreciate your willfulness.
In a conversation with Jamandi, you described your motives in a way that seemed too chaotic and not credible to Valerie. Excuse me,
and
then?
I like our leader. What wisdom lies in minding orders, laws, and rules in the face of oblivion, knowing not whether you'll be alive tomorrow? I will go with her team.
Okay, I actually can't think I quite agree with this guy. I think I misjudged him.
Our leader is good in battle, but I don't like all the spiritual agonizing. I prefer those who can act without wasting time helping every little pipsqueak. Those like Tartuccio.
Okay, the goth thinks I'm not evil enough.
Ugh, Tartuccio's going to take the credit for himself and be done with it. Shellen, spare me from such allies. I'm going with you. You're a hero worthy of my quill.
And Keith, here are a dozen NPCs. We'll split them along the law, chaos, good, evil axis for you to begin with. Exactly.
As for me, I know neither of these 2. At least not well enough. And I have no wish to become an unwitting pawn to an unworthy leader. If Lady Jamandi allows, I'll remain in Restov and help mend the wounds this attack has inflicted. But who knows? The road may bring me to the stolen lands, but not yet.
Thanks for the quote, Enfys. How many are we up to now? 577.
I don't even need to think. I'm coming with this woman.
Yes.
As for you, Purple Toad, just wait until we meet along the way. I'll be sure to hang your rotten spy guts from the trees.
All right, we have 2 teams. To avoid unnecessary conflict on the road, you'll each take a different route to the stolen lands. Tartuccio's team will go through Navakta's crossing. The garrison commandant will provide him all the help he needs. You will take your team to Oleg Levitin's trading post. He's been complaining about the Stag Lord's bandits for a while now. There, you'll be provided with all the necessary travel supplies.
Signed scroll of Ray's dead.
I'd like to believe you, but I know all too well how convincing traitors and spies can be. If you're truly innocent, I hope you can forgive me this precaution.
Dragon, you like how this game has aggressively neutral options too? Yep, as a chaotic neutral main, I appreciate it. Keith, your guess is the game's stat ranks them based on your actions and conversation and picks the top 3 for you. That makes sense. I got the nihilistic dwarf, the cheerful bard girl, excellent, and the Angie spear lady.
While you're away, Keston will investigate the night's events and learn who in Restov is working for Patox. But you should know that it isn't just Patox we need to worry about. The royal house of Sertova may also interfere in our plans. I've managed to keep this affair a secret from them so far, but that can't last long. By my estimations, you have no more than 3 months. After that, any feats you accomplish will be pointless.
Nolus should have had an option to drop the ring on the floor somewhere and leave it behind. I mean, to be fair, I imagine if I didn't equip it, he wouldn't have been able to slander me.
And now, farewell. This battle was but the first ordeal along your path, and you overcame it as true champions of Restov. May the obstacles that follow also fall to your feet. Fear nothing, my friends, and return victorious.
I'll fear nothing but the dark and cold weather. Achievement unlocked. Assassinating the assassins.
Surviving a terrible night, our small team set off to brave our fate. Beware, stolen lands. Heroes are on the way.
Map movement. This is the map of the stolen land and their vicinity. Set out, click on one of the arrows near your party token. Learn the whereabouts of significant locations by talking to characters or happening upon them during a journey. After learning about a location, you must find the way there yourself. Along the way, random encounters await. You may be attacked by monsters or you may meet new acquaintances. After editing the location of a random encounter, you'll not be able to return there. Okay. Can I re-enter the town and sell some stuff? Right. I need to drop some weight. Dragon, you can just leave it in your inventory and not equip it, and one of the options is to hold up your hands and say, "What ring?" Fair enough. Get a slightly more chaotic action. Ah, I could have done that. I'm not over encumbered. How do I move? Dragon, it's fine. The game gives you lots of different choices to make while you're going through the intro to choose which of the behaviours gets logged. Since you're playing one, you triggered, the Fast Lady decided to join you, but the Dwarf didn't. Unlike Wrath, in this one you have to click on the Manage button to change the layout for your campaign settings. Okay. Seriously though, how do I move? Oh.
What for Gorum?
Turn-based mode. Okay, turn-based mode's better. Scene.
Stand down. You offend me.
How do I end my turn? Ow.
Tear them apart!
Seriously?
Your life ebbs low.
Ooh. Donkey.
What a waste.
No less did I unequip the ring in case someone else recognises it. Yeah, I clicked the spacebar to end my turn. I got that. And jibbed. Right, what does our bard have? Okay, that only works in humanoid. Here it comes. Oh wait, now I see what these are. They're Tasmanian tigers.
Your time is over.
They go down!
Rest. It's hard time to set up camp and rest. In camp, all characters will restore some of their lost hit points. Those capable of casting spells will replenish them. Camp, you'll need a special resource, rations. When you press R or click the rest button, an outline of a camp appears and your mouse counter. Yeah, barbarians are usually pretty good at gibbing things. Everyone gets a special camping ability.
I decree we set up camp.
So I set up camp then. Okay, that's pretty cool. You can set up camp in the random encounter area. Yep.
I sank to such lows after my exile. I was a pathetic sot, drowning my feelings of uselessness in cheap drinks. How ironic is it that the teachings of Grotus would bring sense to my life.
Oh, Keith, it's my road now. And I'll camp in it if I want to. Main cook, spoiled hearty meal. Rations, though? Amiri, law, nature checks. Seeded. Lindsay, law, knowledge, world check. What could be a law knowledge check? Okay, I'm in good. Brought all these bows and daggers with die. Nolus, your chances of attack have been lowered. Bandit troop walks right into the tent, trying to hunt for travelling merchants on the road. Yep, they'll walk into our camp and we'll have the home advantage. It's the perfect plan. Like that her sword is the ginormous sword. How do I leave? Iris, sword so large it makes Cloud blush. Exactly.
I'm hungry. When we stop?
All my characters are fatigued. No point in resting, I'm right here.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
Post. Okay, something bad's happening. Bandit, in the name of the Stag Lord, the lawful authority in the stolen lands, we demand this week's tax and some beer. And where's that pretty wife of yours, Oleg? She should serve us dinner. Quiet down, dimwit. Oleg, we're just here for the Stag Lord's tax. Hand over the money and we'll be on our way. Oh, I guess I should have rested. Oh well. Want to drink some of my blood too? I'm sick of you. You're like locusts. You want to drink some of my blood too? I'm sick of you. You're like locusts. You think you can control everything around here just because you put up that painted rag of yours? Come here and squeeze this dry. Come here. Oleg, a large man with a rough face, stops talking when he notices you. Ah, you must be the guest from Restov. Okay. Okay, so you have to be evil for this. I'm guessing you can side with the bandits. Okay, lawful neutral. That's a bit too goody two shoes. What's going on here? Neutral good, I'm not interested in bloodshed. Isn't it obvious? These folks are robbing us all as settlers. They say they're taking some tax for their leader, the Stag Lord. Oleg's bets. I didn't swear allegiance to any Stag Lords. I pay my taxes to Restov. Enfys, you're gonna have to get this one day. There. Keith, could also be time to make a name for myself here and show who's the true power this land should fear. Yep. I suppose if you're, I suppose that's sort of lawful evil versus evil. Chaotic evil even. Restov is so far away, Oleg, and the Stag Lord is so close. And as for you, young dark-haired woman squints angrily at you. Get out of here before it's too late. This is our land, we own it. Yeah, I'll try and talk my way out of this one. Alright, we'll leave. Makes you think we won't just return with greater numbers. Formed a neutral good action. Why we'll leave when we got easy pickings from Restov before us. We'll rip your guts out and empty your pockets.
Come at me, I dare you.
Get ready for battle. I won't automatically end my turn because I might want to move. No less marginally better than Knights of the Old Republic, just giving you the complete bar steward. Options for every interaction and not always making it obvious which one's which. Yeah. Okay. Well, I need to rest, so let's end this quick. Who's disadvantaged?
Become as dust. Repent.
Okay. guess I've used up my moves there.
Serves you right.
No.
Bring it!
I use charge. Let's move before your attack, not after. Hey, I need to learn how to play this game. Oh, full round action, okay.
Tear them apart!
Let's see what your will save's like. Oh, come on.
Your life ebbs low. What a waste.
Oh yeah, they're fatigued. Hey, you can't attack that guy.
You deserved it.
They go down! Hey!
Away, you rascal!
In the back.
Become as dust. Repent.
Any last wishes?
Goes.
Bring it! Tear them apart!
Stand down.
Your life ebbs low.
Very nice. Don't you think?
Level up. Hey. Oh, you can multi-class in this. No, let's... Yep, this is uses D20s. So I get some skill points. Equation. Knowledge. Definitely some perception. Actually, a bit more stealth. Okay, choose some spells. Better bow damage is always nice. It tells you who has access to a spell and who doesn't. I'll need to multi-class for some prestige classes. Oh yeah, that's fair. Stun grenade sounds nice. Ability, evasion. Oh sweet, I didn't realise Pathfinder rogues got evasion so early. Technically I should know since I played it before, but it's not going to remember things.
I decree we set up camp.
Okay. It's true, the inn's right there. Okay, what should I give him? The cleric, so more religion. And let's give him 6. Learn your abilities. Bard. Okay, let's just let her do all the bard stuff. Seem a bit nervous. Probably not going to be continuing for much longer. Okay, choose a bard talent. Weapon focus. Any observer. Get bards, get all the abilities from every class ever. Want to sort of pigeonhole her into a weapon pick yet. Yeah, fast stealth sounds quite useful actually. I get to choose another spell. is laughing. Good.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
Hey, Bard. Take some ability. Oh yes, we got intimidate, so use an ability. Animal fury. Totem. So, rage power. I think better attacks is probably best. Okay, she has uncanny dodge. Hey, I get lethal stance anyway. Oh, it was just there twice for some reason. Oh, let's talk to this guy then. Say that, you scoundrels. Like shakes his fist. But now, scratches his head and stares at the ground gloomily. Go away, a plague on her. He's certain to complain to the Stag Lord. He came to collect taxes. This time they'll come to punish treason. Now what are we to do? Sighs heavily. Only I can send Belana somewhere safe and show these rats what's what. You notice a fair-haired woman approach. Dove, why are you here? I told you to stay hidden. Belana let him. It's all over, I saw it. I just need to be sure you're alright. Looks at her husband tenderly. Hint of sorrow. Olud mumbles something as he looks away embarrassed. My name is Belana. Sorry your arrival to our trading post turned out so unwelcoming. Oleg waves his hand. Who are they? Stag Lords. They're the Stag Lords gang. That's who. These lands teem with bandits like bedbugs in a beggar's hut, and you just stirred them up. They have a camp not far from here.
I expect they'll return in full force in half a day, maybe less. Stag Lord won't take an insult like this lightly, and his henchmen are more like demons than men.
Chaotic neutral. I'll help you. I'm not really interested in your post, but I never back down from a good fight. Awful evil. They grunts.
Well, thanks, I guess. I might even be able to scrape some sort of reward together for you if we manage to defend the post.
Oleg?
We have to hide Solana. Please don't argue, Dove. And we also need to decide on a plan. Go ahead and look around. There may be some tools that can be used for the battle. There are some pretty solid traps around, but the tower and a box of Falcon is far, it looks like.
Okay.
That could set the post on fire.
Oleg shouts, surprised.
Or maybe if we cover the walls with something to protect them. Alright, yeah, I think it could work. I'd even shoot the arrow myself. I used to be pretty good with a crossbow back in my day.
Yeah.
What they want, these bloodsuckers think they own this land. They come and take what they want, steal the better part of the money every month. Toll for their leader. They even broke out gates so we couldn't try to hide anything from them. No one knows exactly how many there are.
I'm gonna stop doing the voice because that's hurting my throat a bit. Sometimes only 5 or 6 come, sometimes it's a whole gang. I'd have shown them what for long ago if not for Svelana. Taxes, the Stag Lord and his cronies, of course. Stag Lord fancies himself a king in these parts. May have antlers for a crown. The troublemakers around here are happy to follow his orders, as long as they're paid. They charge an arm and a leg as taxes. They call their executions punishment for treason. Even for those who never swore allegiance to the Stag Laws, they're killed fast if they're lucky. If not, well, it looks to Svelana. Dev, why don't you go start supper while we finish our talk? I've no need to be protected from dark talk. Blind kitten, you know. What they do to people. Lana lowers her head. It's the gang's made of simple bandits. There are a few monsters among the leadership, especially those close to the Stag Lord. Orcs and Dovin from Rock come to mind. I'd like to make a show of their tortures and executions. My husband and I, we saw the bodies. Saw some run out of the trading post.
That must have been Bokken.
He sells potions. He lives in the forest like a hermit, but he comes here every day. He knows every tree and bush in the area, how they can help you. Stag Lord's gang wants him to work for them. He lacks the courage to fight those bandits. He can just walk away from us. He has a good heart, even if he grumbles a lot, especially recently. More about yourselves. Oleg shifts uncomfortably. Surely there are more important things to discuss. Well, alright. We're just honest people. Came here from Restov. Fixed up the odd fort to house travellers and give merchants a place to trade with the locals. We also deal with the occasional huntsman in the area. What does any of this matter? When those bandits come back, they'll either drain us dry or just kill us. Okay, let's just sell off this stuff. Unless you wanted bluff option if you had that Bag Lord ring. That's the. No, I think the ring was something else. Lighter by the second. Equipping. Like there's actually an advantage to masterwork equipment. Is there any advantage to a masterwork weapon, or they just cost more? Oh, +1 to hit. Keith?
The world is full of wonder.
That twang noise. Vance, have I ever played Pillars of Eternity? Nope, but I've heard of it. Keith, not +1 to damage though, that would be magic. Okay. Yeah. Get her a bigger sword. a two-bladed sword. Yeah, she can't do it. Alright, it's two-bladed as in, yeah, that makes sense. Bag of holding. I'll take some of those. Recipe. Okay, and now we're over encumbered. And if I end up liking this, I should give it a try. And Divinity, Original Sin 2. Yeah, I have been meaning to try more CRPGs. Playing the Pathfinder games is basically me sort of trying to get into them. Should rob the bandits. Bokken. Frail, dishevelled old man wearing a stained, tattered robe gives you a gloomy look. I'm Bokken, local herbalist. What brings you here? Let's tell, I'm a herbalist. Make potions and sell them. Gather herbs, roots, berries. Bokken sighs. I live in the forest, live off the land. As leaving rest stop for these parts, I ended up a merchant here at Oligan's Lana's post. Bants. No point in jumping off the deep end with torment. Tarts of Humernara. Bants, they're great, but you got to like get into them slowly. Yeah, that's fair. I actually keep thinking about streaming Planescape Torment. Let me in out of kindness, help me with things. They bring me water or firewood when it's cold, an occasional barrel of honey. They're good people. Where's this coming from? You want an old man like me to fight? Here, take this potion. Consider that help in your fight. Potion of cure light wounds. Here, let's try diplomacy. Oh. Failed. I guess. I'd rather sit in the bushes and watch you and Oleg beat the daylights out of those thugs. Watching from a distance. Fun, you know. Fatigued or something. If I can just sleep at the inn. Vance, it's your fave. Want to run the Planescape tabletop at some point? Yeah, I'm hoping that they'll bring back Planescape to 5th edition soon because I kind of want to run a Let's Play, an AP of it or something. Guess I'm going to set up camp. I can't rest here. Where can I rest?
The dangers don't frighten me.
Vance, if you ever do, get you in on that. Yep, I remember that. Pity. Heavy crossbow. Look, I'm over encumbered again. Oh, guess I'm gonna go sell that merchant his own wares. Enfys, maybe I don't have time to rest since the bandits are attacking this night. Yeah, that's fair.
Just letting the ink dry.
Yeah, I forgot coup de grace was a thing. Can give her the heavy crossbow. Yes, yes, I can. Well, I'm just gonna call this stream here because we're nearly at 4 hours and I've got work in the morning.
I decree we set up camp.
We're not allowed to. Leave me alone. Your trap. Perfect.
My strength fades.
Exit to desktop. See if it crashes. Nope, it did that perfectly. Okay. We'll just find someone to raid them. Glad you enjoyed it, Nolus. Have a good night yourself. Yep. And you too, Enfys. Who's live now? Got the red sage. Oh yep, Icky's playing more, playing Signalis. I want to see more of that. I'll give him a raid. Yep. So tomorrow I'll be on Goggles' channel. I'm going to give him a shout out. Yep, so give Goggles a follow. I'm going to be on Goggles' channel, Nick, and the three of us are going to be playing some Ace Attorney. So come by for that if you want some more silly voices. Friday I'll be Nolas, you think the volume might have gotten lower over time? Maybe I was just speaking quieter. Oh yeah, Friday I'll be streaming some Earthbound. Thanks, Enfys. And then it's going to be I'll be on Nick's YouTube channel for some tabletop RPG stuff. I think his internet should be back, so that should be live, but keep an eye on his Twitter if you want to check that. Iris, Fridays without D&D are weird. I know, right? Also weird playing D&D without you. And the raid's about to go through, so catch you tomorrow on Goggles' channel. If not, have a lovely week and watching some dark content.
Cool.
Reinforcements have arrived.
3! Oh my god, sorry. See what the clip is.
Voice. Quote, judge. Quote number 7.